I definitely think one of the highlights of the night had to have been Jason Arnott's goal there in the third period, and then Ovi's goal in overtime. 400 for Arnott, 30 for Ovi. What do you kind of think it means for the offense and that team heading into the playoffs?
Well, Arnott is the definition of goal. He scored a game-winning double overtime Stanley Cup goal, and they brought him here because he has great experience. That's not the first time as a member of the Caps that he's actually scored or been a part of a game-tying goal. In his first game, he helped Brooks Lake score the game-tying goal against the New York Islanders. And that with Ovechkin in his 30th goal of the season. It's been an off year for Ovi, but he's been playing pretty well and he's been turning it on lately, and it only can mean bad things for whoever team draws the Caps in the playoffs.
You know what's it also mean that we had 2 power play goals in a game, but also Knubel's only his second multi-goal game of the year. Do you think this is a great sign for the Caps heading into the playoffs to get the power play rolling a little bit better consistently in games, get Knubel to be scoring a few more times? What do you think that could mean for that top line?
It could mean the world, just like Ovechkin. Knubel hasn't had his best year, his second multi-goal game of the season, and it's almost the end of the season. Seems a little bit weird for a guy like Knubel who always scores in the 20 goals, it seems. And just like I said, any way that the top line, any way that any player can contribute, the power play, the penalty kill, at this time of the season is the best time to start playing.
I think one of the things that was not as great tonight was definitely Neuwirth. We talked to the box. He had some strong, he had a lot of rebounds. He wasn't really great with freezing the puck. His defense didn't really bail him out a lot. What did you kind of see from Neuwirth in the ongoing goalie battle? He showed us tonight.
He did really struggle tonight with his rebound control. And this is the second straight game where I felt that he was shaky in net. And this is something Bruce Boudreau really wants to, ram home to the media, that he wants a goalie to step up and take control of the net before the playoffs. Michael Neuwirth has not really asserted himself and seized control of that opportunity here in these last couple of games. And with Semyon Varlamov probably getting one of the starts in the next 3 games, then you never know what could happen right now as far as the goaltending controversy goes.
Yeah, I don't think, personally, I didn't think Neuwirth got a lot of help. I thought John Carlson really struggled. He did have that goal, or he had a helper on that goal, but he scored on his own net, things like that. How much do you think John Carlson's minutes, both you guys, how much he's played is really going to affect him down through the playoffs?
Well, we've seen it this year already. As the season has worn on, he's really deteriorated at points in games. He's shown signs of fatigue. But at the same time, you see a player that is able to adjust to that. He obviously has been, training hard. He's been able to keep his legs for the most part, and that's obviously a positive sign. He's 21. He has young legs, so if he's able to keep his legs under him, and as Bruce Boudreau says, learn how to adjust in key situations, like in the shorthanded situation we saw tonight when he tried to join the rush, when there shouldn't have been a rush when the Caps were trying to keep Buffalo off the board. If he can learn how to do that and just make those small adjustments, then I think that shouldn't be an issue in the playoffs.
How much do you think Alzner's going to have to help? I think Carlson's been really good by himself. He can be paired with anyone. But how much do you think his partner's going to be good in the playoffs, helping him succeed?
Well, they're one of the top young pairings in the NHL, if not the top pairing in the NHL. And with injuries to Mike Green, Tom Cody, Des Fineman, John Erskine, and possibly Tyler Sloan, Alzner is going to need to help all he can, because this team is very, very depleted on defense, and this is the worst possible time for that to happen. So just like Carlson, Alzner, and everybody else who's healthy is going to have to step up even more now that their defensive leaders are on the sideline.
Awesome. Well, I did want to thank Kings of Leonsis for coming on OFB TV tonight. And it was a little up and down game with some good things, some bad things that we talked about. So other than that, we'll see you next time, OFB fans.